Okay guys, how are you doing today? It's me, Feels again, and I'm back with another video. And last time I promised you I'm going to be able to share with you what an NFT is. In the last video we talked about how to make money with an NFT. If you've not watched the video, you need to go and watch it. But before you do, you can actually sit down and watch this particular video right now because this is going to be an interesting one. So in the last video we talked about how to make money, how to find an NFT that we can actually make money from, but um, it's difficult to make money from something you don't really understand, right? So that is actually the need for this video. This video is strictly going to be explaining an NFT and how an NFT works, right? Now, it's actually difficult to explain NFT because of how I don't know the term to use for that, but it's something that it needs some patience to be able to actually bring out some little secret or fact that you can actually use to get the person you're trying to explain it to, and that is what I try to do in this video. If I am to learn this NFT from somewhere, how I would actually want someone to explain that to me. So that is what I actually tried doing in this video, and in a few minutes I'm going to be actually sharing that with you. So without wasting much time, I'm going to take you to the computer right now, and I'm going to be able to share with you exactly in a basic level, in a basic term, how and what an NFT is, starting from something that is not uh, extraordinary, something very basic, something very low level, right? And with that we can be able to understand how and what an NFT is. So guys, if you're still watching the video right now, don't forget to subscribe please, and turn on the notification bell because we are so packed up this year. There's a lot of cool stuff that we're going to be sharing on the channel. Side hustle tips, right? It's all about having extra stuff in our pocket to solve extra problems that shows up, right? And we're not going to be sharing only crypto related stuff. Basically, in the long run we're going to be sharing other cool stuffs, other side hustle stuff that you actually do, you can actually start and make money as long as you have your smartphone and you have your computer. That's the stuff we're going to be sharing, but forget about that. Let's just jump into the system, and I'm going to be able to show you right now what an NFT is. After understanding what an NFT is, then you can actually go ahead and watch how to make money with an NFT if you've not watched that already. And in subsequent videos I'm going to be dropping other helpful tips about NFT to make you understand more, probably if you want to really focus more on NFT to actually get some stuff from there. So we're going to be doing that in subsequent video, but right now let's go and understand what an NFT. All right guys, welcome back to the video. Like I promised, I'm going to be using this illustration to actually explain to us what an NFT is. So right now we are here, and NFT is actually an abbreviation that stands for non fungible token, right? I don't want you to worry about the word non fungible. It's one of the things that starts the confusion when you first hear about NFT and what it means. So, but I want you to actually capitalize on the word token. Probably you must have heard about tokens. If you've actually started dabbling into the crypto space, you must have heard about tokens. You must have heard about Shiba Inu tokens, or you've heard about Ethereum and all the tokens that are actually created out of Ethereum. So they are all tokens, right? You must have heard about Dogecoin. You must have heard about other plenty of them, or USDT, which is also a kind of token, right? Now, but NFT is a token, but this time around it's non-fungible. Now, let me explain what the fungible means. Fungible and non-fungible means that non-fungible means that you cannot really exchange it. You cannot exchange an NFT with another NFT, right? Like if there's a piece of art right now, you cannot say, okay, take this piece of art and I'll give you my own, and then they are the same thing because they are unique objects. They don't share similarities. An example of fungible that I was trying to say is that we have all these tokens like BNB, Shiba Inu, USDT, BUSD, they are all tokens, but they are not NFTs in the sense that they can actually, one BNB can be exchanged with another one BNB and they will still have the same value. So their values are not going to change. So if you have one USDT, I can exchange my one USDT with your own, and I have nothing to worry about because I can still use that one USDT to do the same thing that you're going to use the one I gave you to actually do. So that's the difference with between a fungible and non-fungible token. Unlike when you come to NFT now, NFT is it has a unique property or attributes, though they have some closer looks and stuff like that, but they're actually different. So NFT is a unique digital token, right? It's not something you can exchange with another, just the way you could actually exchange a USDT with another USDT. So it's a unique non-exchangeable piece. That means this is my NFT. I cannot say, okay, give me your own and I'll take it and it has the same value. No, they don't. Now, a good thing for you to understand is that NFT is not really the key thing. NFT is the token itself, but what we normally see in the NFT space is it pointing to a particular image. You must have heard about maybe CryptoPunk or any other type of NFT, or you must have heard about the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I'm probably going to show you that after this explanation. I don't want to derail us now. So what an NFT really does is that this token points to a specific object, especially it's more in a piece of art. It's more in the art space, right? So almost all the NFT you must have seen are always like pictures of some boring stuffs or some images and stuff like that. Now, how did actually that stuff become an NFT? So I managed to create these ugly NFT collections. Now, for you to be able to understand what an NFT is, an NFT is the token that points to a particular digital object, right? So I have here a collection of artworks, but each of these artworks, there's some similarities and there's some differences, right? If you look closely, you can actually find that their heads are almost the same. Now, this Ikenga one has a kind of punk in as the hairstyle, right? And this Ikenga too has another type of hairstyle. Then, but you have small other, I could call this tattoos or stuff like that. Now, this Ikenga 3 has a kind of face cap, and then he has other tattoo stuff on top of on his scalp and stuff like that. Now, the NFT protects each and every one of these pieces, right? So an NFT is a token that actually connects to any of these objects individually, right? So all these guys are collections. So I cannot say, please take my Ikenga 4 and I'll give you my Ikenga 1 because they don't have the same attribute. And because they don't have the same attribute, they are different. So the value could actually be different, right? And in real sense, there's no single NFT that is double. You might be worried about, okay, what if someone takes the image and stuff like that? That is actually why the NFT, the non-fungible token, now comes into play, and that is what it comes to solve, right? So in real sense, NFT is a token, but a unique digital token that is linked to a unique digital object. So we are using that NFT because it's a blockchain technology to actually protect our digital arts or any other thing that can be tokenized and protected using an NFT. NFT is also used in something like in the central land. You actually have a plot of land in the digital space that can represent an NFT, that can be represented in an NFT, right? So these stuffs that you are seeing now can be an NFT, but before they become an NFT, let's say I am the artist and I created these artworks. If I did not make them an NFT, someone can take this image and I cannot really prove that I'm the artist that created this, because at this point there's nothing really protecting it. It's just an image. It's just a JPEG file that anybody can get and download, and that's why the NFT is important, right? So I'm going to take you a little step further. I'm going to be taking out Ikenga 1. If you see Ikenga 1 now, if you're someone like me, you can say, I can download, sorry about the spelling, I can download this, why pay for it, right? Someone can say, okay, if this is the NFT now, I could just download this stuff and probably go and sell myself, right? Yeah. So before that guy does that, which you are not going to allow him to do, we need to make that particular Ikenga one to become an NFT. So we need to pass it through a process, and that's where the blockchain comes in by tokenizing that stuff, right? So NFT is actually built on top of most NFTs actually built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So the blockchain is also the stuff we had about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also a blockchain product, right? So blockchain is actually what gives us the trust that we all have on all the stuff related to NFT tokens, cryptocurrencies, and stuff like that, because we have this uh, trust that it's protected, it's safe, nobody can tamper with it, nobody can manipulate it. So we have this trust, and that is what an NFT is going to do for us. So we want to convert this Ikenga one to an NFT. Now, before we do that, with the power of blockchain, we can be able to actually create a digital signature or a hash for this NFT, for this image, basically. And this image has an Ikenga one as the name, and I'm assuming that just the digital signature is 007. Normally, it's not going to be a number that it's very easy for you to know. Now, it could have other primary informations like the owner of the artwork. Then it's going to have a link of this image assets directly in a place called IPFS. IPFS is just a website, but not a regular website. It's called Interplanetary File System. So it's a blockchain kind of file storage that stores an image or a song or video, and it proves that this is the only owner. This is the owner of this particular file, right? This is who owns this. So if someone else downloaded an image and they check against this file on IPFS, and your own particular version doesn't have this record that you are the owner, then the assumption is that you are not the real owner of this stuff. So you have to explain how you got it, right? So that's a story that we need to talk about in a different video. But now, so what happens is that when we pass the image through the NFT, the process of creating an NFT, we are actually using blockchain technology. I don't want to talk about the low-level technical terms now, or what happens there. So there's a smart contract that actually does that creates this ownership and biodata, or the data that actually surround this image. And what can we surround this image with? We can surround it with the link where we're going to store it online, right? Because we can't store image directly on the blockchain. So that is where the IPFS comes in. Then we need to also have that this is the description of the NFT. So we can describe Ikenga as one badass rock star somewhere in the metaverse, right? Now we could actually say, okay, that this is the owner of this NFT. So these are actually called metadata. Metadata could just be, if he's a human being, your biodata, stuff that they can actually use to know you, right? Then there's always going to be an identity, a digital signature, or a digital fingerprint. I'm using fingerprint because I know fingerprint is something unique that we cannot really share our fingerprint, right? Even though there are the fingerprint that we have, different types of fingerprint, which is like about 4, but each one also differs. There's a difference. So each NFT is going to have a unique identifier that is going to represent that particular NFT. So when we have passed this NFT, this image, through the process of creating an NFT using the blockchain technology, then we might have something like this representing a particular NFT. So Ikenga one NFT is the byproduct stored somewhere, probably in OpenSea, right? OpenSea is one of the most popular platforms for us to actually sell or collect NFT. Now, let's say when we actually listed this particular NFT, Ikenga one, in OpenSea, we want to sell it at 1 Ethereum. Now, what happens is that after we have created that stuff, it's registered after the creation of the NFT the first time, it's registered into the blockchain. So the need for this is that it's going to help us to understand and trust the system, because trust is important. If we understand that this information has been registered, I am the creator of this artwork, then I am not to be afraid anymore that someone can actually steal or, or download it and then start proving that he's the owner as well. So let's go ahead. So once this thing has been created, then we have the chances of now doing selling or buying of an NFT. So, but before that happens, I already have an ownership right, or what we call digital bragging right, because once you are the creator of the NFT, automatically you are the owner. Every information around that NFT is yours at this point. So now, unless you want to transfer the ownership, which is what happens when someone want to buy that. So when you place an NFT for sale and someone wants to buy the NFT, now you are the seller, you are the previous owner, right? Let's say Phil, for example, and probably I could also be the creator or the owner as seller one. Now, I can decide to, after you've sold it to me, I could decide to set the price to something like 10 Ethereum. Now, after that has happened and there's a lot of community around and maybe people start loving this Ikenga NFT and they want to have one, right? Remember there's this particular Ikenga, one of these, this is the Ikenga one. There's no two Ikenga ones, right? So the only way we can actually exchange this and from hand to hand is actually to sell it again, right? So I can decide to sell it to another user, Eze, and if Eze buys this NFT, Eze right now is the new owner, right? I am no more the owner, and that is recorded on the blockchain as well. So when you sell the NFT, it's recorded in the blockchain and that the transaction has happened. So there's a change of ownership from the creator to this first guy, and then as this guy sells it again to the new person, it's also recorded that this person is the new owner. It's recorded on the blockchain for him. So there's no way I can sell the stuff to him and then I can want to come back and ask, okay, please, this is not yours and stuff like that. So it's recorded. Though as the creator, I still have the copyright ownership as the creator, but not the owner of this NFT right now. So I just have like the rights of the person that created it. So what can actually happen in this situation is that during the creation of this NFT in the smart contract, I can, if I'm the creator, I can actually take some royalties, right? I can be taking a 0.0 something percent royalties each time this NFT exchange happens. So from the first time I minted it to selling it to somebody, and I could take small royalty, and then once this guy sells it to another person, another royalty is going to come to me. So this is another way that creators or artists make money from the NFT, especially if your artwork becomes so viral and a lot of people really wants it. So you could actually make money from that because sometimes it feels like you're going to be left out. Let's say, for instance, you did this NFT and then you sold it at say 1 Ethereum, and tomorrow morning you wake up and your NFT that you sold at 1 Ethereum is selling for like 79 Ethereum, and that's a whole lot of money. It's crazy to actually think and wrap your head around it. And the only way you could have actually be happy and not murmur is that probably you're taking royalties if you are the creator of the artwork. So because that is what the smart contract does for us, and it records all these things. Change of ownership is recorded, so nobody can say, yeah, it's visible in the blockchain. Everybody can explore and see the trust level of it and see that this is the new owner. So if you want to buy it from this new owner, you need to make an offer to the guy. If the guy decides to sell it to you at your own offer rate, then cool. But the journey is that NFT is just nothing but a token, but that token must point to something specific. You know, I want to just walk you through again. You have a random artwork. It could be an image in your computer. It could be an audio file like a song and stuff, right? But someone else can download that song and probably claim ownership or something. I don't know. But the good thing is that you can use NFT to really prove that you are the real owner of that stuff. So that is what a non-fungible token. And why it's non-fungible, like I said before, is that you cannot exchange one of these to another of these. You cannot say, okay, Ikenga 4 is worth $2, then take Ikenga 2 because it's worth $2. They are not the same thing, right? Because this guy have a bad hair and this guy have kind of punky hair, right? So they are not the same thing. Even if you are selling at the same price, somebody they can wake up tomorrow and say that this hair is the new world class hair, and if you have this kind of hairstyle, you are worth 100 Ethereum, and that's enough attribute for us to actually have that price, not the value, not be the same. So that's what I want you to understand. I don't know if this has made sense right now, but to make that clearer, if you look at BNB, like I said before, BNB is a Binance token. Now, if I have one BNB and you have another one BNB, if you send your one BNB to me, it's the same value like the one I have. So they are fungible because they can be exchanged without losing values. But I cannot exchange my NFT with yours because they are different, they are unique. That's just what I want you to understand about the non-fungible and fungible. So it's just the main confusing term in the NFT thing. So just understand that it's a unique, non-exchangeable piece of digital work. It could be an artwork, it could be a music file, it could be an audio file, it could be uh, any other assets, digital assets, something like you could actually have a game object in a game in a game player, right? Let's say a sword. You can get a sword in a gameplay. Let's say that sword have the power of actually turning to a gun, right? Probably in that game, that particular gun is the that particular stuff is the one that have that attributes of changing. So you can see you cannot use it to exchange it to another one that doesn't have that kind of capacity. So these are things that can actually be tokenized into an NFT. So and it's one of the biggest space right now. Sometimes it sounds very unbelievable the way the prices of NFTs sell in the market, but it's just something you need to actually understand. And I hope this illustration was able to do justice to that. First of all, understand that it's just a piece of thing that is just lying around that is unique. But when you pass it through the process of an NFT, then it has a binding of security, right? So that we can actually protect that particular stuff, and claims the claim of ownership can be pointed to a particular person and then recorded on the blockchain. It's actually the help of blockchain that we can actually confirm that this is the owner of this file. If not, anybody can download this image. Even after making this file an NFT, someone else can still download this image, but he doesn't have the bragging right. He doesn't have the ownership right. So he cannot come out and say, okay, yes, I'm the owner of NFT one, Ikenga one, because he cannot prove that that stuff is not recorded on the blockchain that he's the creator of this. So that's just the good thing about NFT. But if you have one BNB is one BNB, one USDT is one USDT, which is almost like $1. So if you have 20 USDT, you can give it to someone else, and someone can also give you 20 USDT, and it's the same thing. Their value and their power is the same, unlike that of NFT. So I believe that this is clear enough to make you understand that I have to draw this manually with my hand so that it soon look like it's a special artwork that you don't know if something happened around it that actually now made it an NFT. It's just something very simple like that. In the subsequent video, I'm going to be talking about how to create an NFT, like how to create your own, assuming you want to have your own NFT collection. And you must not actually be an artist to actually do that. There's different ways you can actually create an NFT. And in subsequent video, if you subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell, because I'm going to be dropping how to do that. And you can also comment and ask me if you want that, because NFT normally comes in thousands. Like you normally have like about 5,000 copies, unique. They're not just one. You're not just duplicating one picture, one artwork to get them. So it's going to be unique, 10,000, 5,000, 9,000 collections of the NFT. Now, there are different ways that can be done. I don't think if someone can actually sit down and create 10,000 copies of such unique stuffs, there are different ways you can do that. So in subsequently, I'm going to be talking about how to create one. So if you want to create one yourself, you have an NFT idea, and you want us to work on that, that's very cool. We can actually do that. So there are different ways you can actually do that without really being an artist. With just basic efforts, you could actually get that working using some piece of code, right? You don't need to be a programmer to be able to do that.
You just need to have this mindset. You need to be determined. Like you need to be, yes, I want this thing to happen, and then it's going to take you some time, but you're going to be able to achieve it. So that's it, guys, about NFT, and I hope that this is much more explanatory. And if you want to, if you want to actually have this file, I'm going to be linking it in the description, so I can actually walk through that and not get lost in the flow. So, guys, that's it about NFT, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Right now, don't forget to subscribe, please, and share this video. Comment if there's something you don't get, or if there's something I missed. Yes, I'm sure this is not 100% perfect, right? But I think in a basic level, anybody that actually come across this video is going to understand and be able to demystify the complexity that NFT is with other tokens that we have in the crypto space. So, guys, I'm going to see you in the next video.